An Airvan PK-WMP crashed into Karawang rice field in Indonesia. As I try to do through eyewitnesses and things like that to capture these images for you. So this is the actual plane itself, where it gets crashed, landed into. All this you can see it. There are rice fields all around, from even far or this you can see all this as well. But it seems the mouth, the front, is where it hit the ground, and because it's a rice field location, you can see it's usually near water, river and things like that. So it's like water log and things like that. So it's muddy, a bit of muddy. So that's why you can see that it got really stuck down there. And this more of a closer look of what the plane looks like. So I will now go through the crash summary and key facts that we know so far. What really went wrong, where is this plane going, and some more details like that. Meanwhile, I want to say, while I was trying to go through some of these, I noticed something this red, and I was now wondering, because it seems some of this seems open, maybe from impact and things like that. Let me, an impact, so maybe here seems open. So can you kindly comment below if you are able to observe this? What is this red mark that seems to be covering the tail number or the reg number? Is it, could it have been something that's part, or something that maybe open from the wing, or something to impact it or something? I'm trying to, though there's nothing like that from this angle of the wing. So we'd like to hear it in the comment. Now let's learn more, but before that, in case you are new here, welcome to Foskaay Aviation. I'm Solomon Foskaay. On this channel, I bring you simplified, up to date about information about aviation, including plane crash and more like that. So if that interests you, kindly like, subscribe, tap notification bell to not miss my future videos. I also always like to see my community commenting their view on video, and if you also have a video or aviation incident or things that you want me to check out and analyze and review, then you can put it in the comment. If I spot it, you see me do video on it. Meanwhile, as a disclosure and a disclaimer, I'm not a pilot. I'm just an aviation enthusiast fan like you, researching, learning more about planes, plane crash and more like that, and sharing them on this channel. So let's get back and learn more. Where is this plane coming from? How did it end up in this, get stuck and crash into this rice field, and are there survivors and all those things? Let's quickly look at that. So for the crash summary and the key facts, the date that this happened was November 21st, 2025, around 15:00 local time. The plane was the face of, en route, it's going on, and type of the plane is Gippsland GA-8 EM van, turboprop utility, and the reg. So the operator is said to be Admiral Air for BRO Skydive Indonesia. So probably keep this company in mind, because it seems that's why some news also circulating online seems to say those that were in the plane might have likely been divers, skydivers, or things like that. So the occupants at the time of that crash were 5. So probably the pilot and like 4 passengers some said they might be skydivers. Not able to verify that. So, but the good news is that all of them survived the crash, because you can see that there's nothing like post-fire something there, and most part of the plane, even after the crash, seems to be intact. So that's helped to ensure that those that are in will likely, you can see it, that most of the parts, even the all the sides, wings and all those things, there's no much of like, when crashes like this landed, probably part of the thing that might have been that place that also is a bit muddy and things like that. Probably if it has been like mountainous area or much other surface, the impact got a bit absorbed into, that's why it got stuck, because it got absorbed. If it has not been absorbed, the plane might have broken into pieces and things like that, increasing the chance of more fatality in. But this crash in an area that a lot of the impact got absorbed by that water muddy environment of the rice field. So because of that as well, there's no fatality, though they reported minor injuries and those people were rescued and taken to the hospital. So aircraft damage is substantial, as you see that the forward part of it is like stuck, and that would have been substantially damaged, because that's the part that actually receive most of the landing impact. So the flight, where is the flight going? I've pulled up some details for you and I will show that shortly. Is from Tangerang Airport to Penang Airport in Indonesia. I have this for you, at least to give you a bit clarity of where this is. So I will come back to zoom in better for us and then the crash site as well. But for now, let's look at what really went wrong. The weather not really specified, and maybe for now let's try and look at why that is reloading again. So this is where they started from. Let's look from here. That's the Bodiato Airport. Let me zoom in. Hopefully you can see. I don't really have the precise maybe runway, but most of these airports, when I check it, they are not really like a big airport like that. I think both of them just have about one or two, just about one runway or so. Yeah, you can see it. That's the only runway that's visible for me here. So you can see it. The airport they took off from. Probably since they are going in this direction, they might have likely taken off from here in this direction, which is, I think that's runway 12. Yeah, probably. So now let's look at where they were actually heading to from this airport. They were heading to the Karawang, sorry for the pronunciation, airport. So you can see it. So this actual airport they are heading to has also just like a single runway that is there when I check it as well. So this is where they ought to land. You can see runway 04, and if they are coming from the other angle they would have landed through this runway 22. So they are basically a small airport, you can see it here. So but eventually they didn't get to this destination. They didn't get here before they eventually crash in the feed. So let me show you that feed, trying to see that this is back loaded. So let's go and check the feed. I need to zoom back here. So sorry for the speed of this map loading. So you can see it now. This just when they left from here and they were to be going here, so it's just like probably almost half of the way. That's when this crash in this Karawang area in a rice field. So something around all these places are like Karawang. I think this west, you can see this Karawang and things like that. So all this area are Karawang. So somewhere around this area, I couldn't pinpoint the precise something because it's eyewitness, not really something. So was able to maybe somewhere around there or through the area, like all this area would have been the swampy area for growing rice, but this the actual densely populated area. So that they did not even crash in a densely populated area, that would have caused more issues. So that's where the plane eventually crashed into. So those are the basic things that I have put together about this. So like I said, I was thinking about the red mark in. If you have watched the video to this level, kindly study that crash picture. What do you think? Would there have been a mark or a part of the plane that open up and get to block that aspect? So that's the engine failure, pilot forced landing rice field near Kampong cell leak, no fire and quick evacuation. Currently investigation is said to be ongoing. So it's good that even though it is a rice field, it got people, villagers nearby. So because all these things, when there are crashes and those that are victim in the crash don't get help on time, minor injury can turn to something serious. So but glad that they were also still reachable to people and they got help to get them to the hospital on time. So we wish every one of them quick recovery, and in case there's any update I get on it later, I may do more updated video on it. So that is it for the video. In case you have not watched the Congo Miracle Congo plane crash with the plane like got burnt totally, yet there are lot of survivor. How did that happen? You want to watch a video, I've put link below in the description for you. Always remember, please, to do good to humanity and nature with your knowledge wherever you are, to make the world and universe a better place for us all. See you in the next one. I remain Foskaay. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you in the next one. Peace and bye.